What a pile. Today, we've got a bunch of stuff that's come in. It was just Amazon Prime Day the other day, last week, so got a few things there. Various things came in over the last couple of weeks, and I haven't really dealt with them, so I thought, let's just open them up. So, let's make some space and take a look. A few of these packages I had actually opened already. Something coming up very soon, I hope, is going to be a little special about Dynamixel Servos. These aren't your ordinary little servo. They aren't cheap Chinese junk. They can actually be rather pricey Korean product. They're very nicely made, and they have a pretty good website, a lot of information available. They're used quite a bit in various robots and things like that, and I needed to make sort of a robot. So I picked up a few of these, and I've been playing with them, and I hope to have something to show in about, another week or so. That's my goal. So that's the first thing coming up soon, Dynamixel Servos, and what makes them special. Around our neighborhood, there have been various break-ins into vehicles, and my old video camera system was, just not up to snuff anymore. These are old, I think these are 480 or 520 TVL, and of course they're, analog video, and it went into a large video recording, 8-channel video recorder, a DVR, and such, but not really up to snuff anymore. So I picked up some stuff from Ubiquiti. These are very nice cameras. This one's a fairly compact unit. It is weather resistant. I'll be putting a couple of these outside. I have a specific spot for one of these. And then, of course, there's a network video recorder that goes along with that. And it's actually, I'm probably just going to run it on my Windows workstation down here in the lab for now, and then get it set up on FreeNAS. So a couple of cameras. We're going to take a closer look at these because these have they're just really nice. Why don't we go ahead and open this one? Not big on showing off the boxes, but they actually are really well done. Hard to take apart when you want to flatten them out. Here's the camera itself. It's a little bit of protection on the lens. It is not PTZ, but it is manually adjustable, and it rotates. They mount pretty simply. There's a wall bracket, and in this case it's got some anti-skid material so it can be placed and it stays in place. They are, however, they are wired. These are not wireless cameras. I can get that off of there. Big Clive is a lot better at this. So it is wired, and they are PoE, 24 volt as I recall. And they have audio, so there's a small microphone. You can listen. Night vision is pretty decent, and I'll be doing quite a bit with these, so we'll look at that soon. This one is the camera version of the camera they've had around a little longer. It's pretty nice. This is more of a wide angle. It has a wider field of view than this does. And these are used quite a bit in commercial or light commercial type installations. Really nice. Oh, and they are 1080p, so very good picture. And now this. Yeah, see the picture of that water leak? Yeah. If you've ever come home to something like this, then you probably would be buying one of these or something similar very soon. This will definitely need its own video. I haven't opened this. I had to open the outer box because, as you can see, it was damaged at the corner. But it didn't look like it would be anything other than superficial damage. The company seems to be, it's pretty small. Let's see if we can switch over to them. So here's EcoNet Controls. And this is the Bulldog. I think that's the one I've picked up here. Yes, this is the Bulldog, and that's what I chose So I will be trying to get that all set up and connected with a bunch of water leak sensors very soon. So let's take a quick look at this. Looks pretty well packed. We have a water sensor, and it looked like a pretty decent one. And it will, I can use any sort of Z-Wave stuff. It has to be hooked up to some sort of a central controller. This is the Z-Wave receiver, and sends the control signals out to the valve itself. The valve itself the servo is pretty heavy. It has the ability to manually rotate this. I forget what all I have to do to do. Oh, here we go. You have to press the little lever there, and then it'll unlock, and you can manually operate the valve. And that was one of the things I liked about this. A lot of them didn't seem to have much torque, and I have a pretty good sized valve. It's only a 3/4 inch, but it's pretty sturdy. And this also has the manual capability, which many didn't really seem to have. Looks like we have various bits to mount this with, to attach it around the valve. And we can see this is where it's going to have to go. All right. So looking forward to that. It comes with some instructions, and it'll need to be hooked up to, like I said, some sort of a Z-Wave host controller. And there was a sale the other day at Micro Center. It had the Smart Things on sale, and so this is the older version of the Smart Things, but it should work as a hub. So there's quite a bit to do to go into getting this all going. It's not just a 1 hour kind of deal. Okay, I've forgotten what's in this. So it'll be a big reveal. Oh, okay. USB colored display, power supply, tester, etc. And I think this one might even be able to measure the amp hours into and out of a USB battery. Let's see. Okay. See if we can get this plastic off of this thing. It's really stuck on there good. It's stuck on there, and then they put the screws on. So the screws hold it down, too. That plastic is really well attached. I'll give them that. Okay. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit better. How's that? A pretty nice display. It is actually pretty bright. Seems to be very easy to use. Aha, there we go. And it says my USB hub is putting out 5.42 volts. No. Here we go, 5.1. Yep, sounds about right. So this will get some use. Looking forward to that. Really wanted a better one. And I'll test this out and see how accurate it is. All right, this came in from MPJA, just a bunch of little things. I think I did a video a while back, a year or two ago, on some various little voltmeters and some things like that. So I remember D-Rock sent me one to look at, and so I needed a couple of things, and so I went ahead and just kind of ordered up a little bit of this and that. Let's see. The box is pretty well. I'll give them points for putting it together pretty well. It's not all going back in very easily. Not too much extra packing material, so they size the boxes pretty well. Here's a really craptastic little meter. So we'll be trying that out. We'll try that and see how that goes. This is a current and amp meter, though. This is a current meter. I think this was an AC one, and can't tell. I think this was AC. And then here's a voltmeter. Again, or no, is this another current one? This is another ammeter. Yep, got a couple of those. Had kind of a nice display. Be easy to install on a panel. Needed some rubber feet for the for some things I'm working on right now, and found that these stick pretty well, and they're pretty good size. It's hard to find something quite this big at the local hardware store. Some reamers which will be handy for smoothing out the corners and cutouts and control panels and boxes and things like that. And what have we got in here? A bunch of little stuff, really. The prices are pretty low at MPJA in general. Not as cheap as, say, maybe at eBay a lot of the time, but it is pretty fast. This didn't take that long to get shipped or to get here to arrive here in the Midwest. These are some breakouts for USB, so it's always handy to be able to just take a couple wires, screw them on, and be able to power up something, or to get power from USB rather, and break that out. So just something handy to have. This is a little annunciator. I believe this one was 12 volts, or did I buy the 120? I think the ad was for the 120, but I was able to get a 12 volt model. Yeah, DC 12 volts, and it's an annunciator and flashing LED. So not something you can easily do yourself well enough, but for a couple of bucks, thought I'd try it out. This is a voltmeter. Be handy to put in a panel. I think this was a distance sensor. Yeah, IR distance sensor, just for general use. Thought I'd try one out, see if it was better to use something like this or to just make my own. Let's see. Oh, yeah, a couple more of these panel meters. One of these was interesting. It's frequency, and doesn't say on the side what the range is. Oh, it says 0 to 99 hertz. Well, 3 digits. We'll try that out, and we'll figure out what voltage it is that it's sensitive to. And this is another one of those little panel meters. This one's voltage, just happens to be in blue. Surface is a little scratched, and there is no protective plastic as far as I can tell on this. Nope. 2 terminals. Looks like this is designed for AC 60 to 500 volts. Oh, and here's another buzzer. Another one of those annunciator units. This one I think is 120 volts. Yep, 110 volts AC. It's really hard to get that to zoom properly. We'll try that out. These are some tiny, tiny chip on board. So not even a regular chip. They just soldered this thing right down, bonded it right to the board. These are delay timers. And I think it was probably like $2 or $3 for a set of 4 or 5. But with a few connections, you can set up a simple start delay or timeout delay, I believe. Yeah, time delay board. So just something to plug in. Didn't need to design a circuit for it. For a couple of bucks, it's nice to be able to just throw something into the device, into something I'm working on, and not have to stop and design up a board for something that's so basic and so common. Let's see what this one was. Single board for panel meters. Okay. Oh, I think the panel meters, one of the panel meters has options, and you can use this, plug this into it to adjust the sensitivity of the board. So you can change the ranges on it. Oh, come on, focus. Into the 20, 220, 1000 volt range. Right there. So it was just an easy add-on for the panel meters, so I thought I'd try that out. Again, just a couple of bucks. Here's the MPJA website. As you can see, they've got all sorts of stuff. It's really not super well organized. They do have flat rate shipping. It happened and it shipped very quickly. They have all sorts of electronic products, and as far as I know, they ship basically just here in the States. Not an international vendor, I don't think, but maybe they do. Let's see if it's on the main page here, because finding your way to a lot of these products is tough. They carry quite a bit of little boards for Arduino and Raspberry Pi, all that sort of thing. They have specials all the time. And a couple of the things that I bought were on a special from a couple of weeks ago. But as you can see, $3 for a 5-volt power supply. Again, it's going to be cheap Chinese junk underneath. Nearly all this stuff will be. Occasionally, some of this stuff is reconditioned, because I think I've got a couple of things that clearly had been used, and usually it'll say that this is a used or reclaimed item. But all sorts of little bits of this and that. Where was that? Counters and timers. Nope. Panel meters. Here we go. All right, here's the the blue panel voltmeter was $2.95. So cheap enough to try it out. And when I order from them, because the stuff is pretty cheap, I kind of pull an order together to amortize the $7 shipping out across more things. So did anyone get anything interesting on Prime Day? Well, I saw a couple items come on sale, so I went, what the heck? This is one of those motion activated screwdrivers. Boy, that box has seen better days. Little motion activated screwdriver that for some stuff I've been working on. I'm tired of doing a bunch of tiny little screws and all that. It looks much better out of that piece of crap plastic container. There we go. And it's got some charge. Let's take a quick look at that. Pretty bright OLED display. I can't see it flickering the way you can here on the camera, and it's pretty nice. It's got some real heft to it. It really does. If you press this button, then and rotate. Oh, there we go. So press a button. Now it's unscrewing. Now it's screwing in. You can see the little screw going down. This one has a better gear ratio than the previous models. It also came with some tips. And what I'm hoping is that some of my other tips from, say, iFixit and things like that will go right in, because I've been using a lot of M2, M3, M5 screws, and boy, I've got about 200 M5 screws probably that I need to remove from one of my prototypes. It'll be nice if this can speed that process up. So very nice. I've been looking forward to this. This will be fun to play with and really get some use out of that. And here's the Chai Power, the one that I bought, the ES121. It came with the extra tips here and all of that. It's really a pretty neat little unit, I've got to say. I like it. It's compared against the 120. There were various vendors of this, but again, it was knocked down on price, so pick that up. Now, before just as I ordered this on Prime Day, I also ran out and bought this. This is really the cheapest doorbell kit I think I could get at Home Depot. And it's a mechanical bell. And why would I buy something that crappy when I bought something nice on Prime Day there? Well, we'll need it for testing this. All right, anybody got a guess? Aha. Yes, indeed. The Ring doorbell. So this will complement the various Unifi cameras, although the Unifi software won't work with this. But I think I can get a stream out of this onto Linux, probably. So the where is it? It's sealed up. It's not going to let me open it. There we go. Oh, I had another seal. There we are. Now this is the Ring Pro. It's, that's interesting. Includes a screwdriver. That's funny. I'm sure it's high quality. Oh, and look at that drill bit. Is that a drill bit? What the hell? Oh, that's a masonry bit. Yeah, not a problem for me. And I'm hoping to be able to mount this where my existing little dome camera is next to the front door, because it's an old school analog, and after probably 8 years of service there facing south into direct summer sun, it is not in great shape. So this can be connected directly to the wiring on the existing doorbell wiring, and mine is currently an electronic doorbell through the intercom system, New Tone, and so that won't probably provide the right power or enough current. This says 16 to 24 volts AC, and they say 30 VA. So that's quite a little bit of power. That's basically about a 2 amp, basically a 2 amp transformer. And my intercom uses 2 of these 30 VA transformers, so I've got plenty of power there, but I don't know how much that power is going to get supplied down. Now, from my security systems, I've got a couple of these old other transformers. This was a pretty nice one from Elk, and it supplies, if we can, not sure if that'll show up on camera, but that 16.5 volts AC at 45 VA. So I'm really well covered for power, no matter what. Looks like it comes with some extra covers for additional whatever color you want. I'll probably go with the brushed metal. And what else is in the box? This is also some mounting hardware, and the power unit. This is designed to make sure that enough current is available out the doorbell wires from the transformer, the doorbell unit itself, in the house, to provide enough current to run that Ring unit. And I may need to install this in the intercom unit master, and if I do, I will certainly show that and provide an explanation, because I don't really see a lot of good explanations about some of that stuff. That goes in there. It's really a pretty well fitted case. It's nice that everything goes back in. Oftentimes you get things and it doesn't work. Oh, what's this? Hope it's not a CD. Oh, okay. A little mounting bracket, I guess, with a level. Oh, okay. This probably is this is a drill template. So you put this over your doorbell, existing doorbell wires where they're coming out, and level it up, and then get it level, and then drill your holes. Very handy, very well thought out. I have to give them a lot of points for that. And the usual. So, yeah, a lot of points. That's really a good idea. Here's the Ring doorbell, and it was knocked down $75 on its price the other day on Prime Day. I guess Amazon bought Ring, so that should provide some long-term stability and support. Probably see new features and no doubt new models coming soon. So what I've got is probably going to be out of date in a year, but that's okay. It looks like it's survived the test of time. It is really pretty well liked. Some people have had problems. I'm hoping that I don't. and I doubt that I will. I think my Wi-Fi signal is really strong, and I actually have a spare Wi-Fi from my Google Fiber base station is about 8 feet from the where the doorbell would be. And that's it. I'll be back soon with a couple of videos of the Dynamixel. That's probably top of my list, and probably a couple of little power supply tests because the machines I'm building needed various voltages. So looking forward to doing that. Hope this was entertaining, and I'm glad to be back and doing some videos again.